News Alert from 7 Action News.
Good morning, everyone. More on our breaking news into the Action Newsroom. There has been a massive pileup on southbound I-75 after Springwells. That's in southwest Detroit. Dozens of vehicles are involved in this wreck. Several of them are big rigs. We're hearing that there are several injuries as well. And just a short time ago, northbound traffic on I-75 was shut down as well. So southbound shut down at Springwells, northbound at Schaefer has been shut down. That's to allow emergency crews to get closer to the scene. We've got Anu Prakash out there on the scene right now. Anu, tell us what you see and what you can tell us.
Well, Joanne, talk about a total mess. I want to show you where we are right now. We're just 2 miles north of the 4th Street exit. If you look behind me here, you can see southbound traffic not moving at all. And as you mentioned, northbound traffic, it is closed as well, so there's nothing going on right here. But I want you to look at, they've got these emergency vehicles here. You can see the fire department. I was trying to wave one of the firefighters over here, but he couldn't get over to me right now. If you look past that fire truck, you can see some firefighters are actually going car to car to check on people in the car, perhaps let them know what's going on. This all happened just shortly after 9 o'clock this morning, I-75 southbound between Dearborn and Springwells. We are told by MDOT that at least 24 up to 30 vehicles involved in some sort of train reaction crash. Right now, we don't know what exactly caused it, but we're told at least one semi-truck, a commercial truck, lost its load. We do not know what it was carrying. At this point, we have not heard anything about any injuries. We know that they are trying to get EMS vehicles down here, get them closer to the scene.
Basically what happened was the roads were pretty much completely clear, and there was a very light snowfall, and then in an instant there was literally zero visibility. You couldn't see anything in front of you. And from where I'm sitting right now, the 3 semi-trucks that I can see that are blocking in front of me, they're completely white. So as the cars started to run into each other, when the zero visibility hit, the only reason that I even knew that the cars were colliding was because the vehicle that ran into one of them was like a maroon-colored Cadillac. Oh. And that's when I realized, oh my gosh, they're running into each other, and I went towards the cement barrier on the side of the road.
Sarah, what goes through your mind when you're involved in something like this and seeing it and hearing it?
It was absolutely awful. My first instinct was I stepped on the brakes, but I mean my dad taught me well, so I didn't slam on my brakes. But as I started to touch them, I realized, oh my God, the road is icy. And as I looked up, that's when I realized that the cars were colliding. And I thought, just do anything I can to, first of all, not run into somebody else, but obviously to not get hit.
So you were okay. What can you tell us about your awareness of any injuries or any casualties or anything? Are you aware? What have you been seeing?
I would actually really rather not talk about that, to be honest. I got out of my vehicle once I realized that the cars had jackknifed, and I saw a vehicle, which I would prefer not to mention the make, model, or color in case that there was a casualty, but someone had mentioned to me that their spouse and possibly children were in their vehicle. And when I went over to look, no one was responsive. So I went back into my vehicle.
Can you tell me?
And they're still in the process because they've cleared the vehicles in front of them now, and I can actually see that car. They're still in the process of, it looks like, extracting people from that vehicle.
They are. Yes. Reporters on the scene, of course, covering this massive wreck on I-75 southbound near Springwells. Tara, an ambulance just going by on behind you. Where are you, and what can you tell us?
Well, Joanne, right now we are right along I-75 near Springwells, and we just want to show you how massive this accident is. We want to be careful because there is a crash right behind us, and we're told that there's actually somebody still in there. But you can just see if we go down this road, how many cars, there's semis involved, there's many accidents, multiple accidents throughout the stretch of I-75. There's even a semi behind us with a bunch of cars piled on top of that. And to show you how many first responders are out here, if we take a look down here, this is closer to Springwells, you will see how many fire trucks are out here, ambulance out here, first responders, many people working as quickly as they can to help get as many people out into safety. We just saw an ambulance go by, as you mentioned, taking people to hospital. And also right now we want to talk to Kelly Strover. She lives right down the street from where the accident happened. She heard all the ambulances earlier today. Tell me what you saw when you came out here.
I just seen the traffic backed up and ambulances, like many emergency vehicles coming, more than I've ever seen, and it's a lot.
It's pretty scary to see all this out here this morning.
Yeah, right outside my window. You know, I live right on the service drive, you know, and it's horrific, you know. It was, you know, I looked out the window around 9:30, and it was like a whiteout. It was like a whiteout, and about 9:45, I looked back out, and it was no more snow, and then I heard, you know, the sirens.
Getting our first chopper pictures now. Weather kept chopper from going up this morning, but we are getting video from Chopper 7 now of the accident. We had heard, Captain, and I know you just mentioned that you were talking to people. Can you tell me, are you indeed going car to car and talking to each person, those who are doing okay, to find out what happened and to make sure that they're okay, kind of before they're allowed to, say, clear the scene or leave the scene with family members or whatnot?
Right. We need to find out who's involved in the accident, because to try to find this out at a later time would be nearly impossible. So we'll go car to car, where obviously you triage the injuries, you get the serious injuries to the hospital, and we can talk to those people later. But those are on the scene, we'll get their information, and we'll try to get them out of there. As you can see, I'm looking on the news, and it's going to be quite a while before we can clear up all those tractor trailers.
Yeah, it's going to be an all-day process to get this cleared up, certainly. Conditions at the time we're hearing were you know, snowy, and the snow squall moving through. That's what you're hearing as well as the cause of this?
Right. There was a huge snow squall that came through. Probably only lasted 15 to 20 seconds, but it pretty much took everybody's sight away, and from there on you have nothing but a collision or something from that point.
Look at that shot there from Chopper 7 with all those tractor trailers and the cars kind of sandwiched in between.
And, you know, you can't say it enough. I mean, a 15 to 20 second snow squall. Boom, it came. Whiteout conditions, and then this is the result. Some of us have enjoyed 50-degree temperatures. We've seen the snow go away, but it has been really a wild mix of weather for the last few weeks. And as soon as that winter returned, it returned hard, it returned heavy, and it claimed lives this morning.
Yeah, so sad. 4 lives, 3 children and 1 adult in this accident.
This is a closer view of the general vicinity of the accident. I've been showing this because I want you to see this is the perfect example. We talk about systems coming in. That means widespread snow. But if we talk about lake effect, what you need to know is these conditions change rapidly and pretty much out of nowhere is what we say. Because look at this. 8:30, no problems. 8:45, no problems. 9 o'clock, here it comes, that snow squall. And we're talking about visibility drops from 10 or 8-mile visibility down to 0 in a matter of 15 minutes. I go ahead and put the radar in motion a little bit more. We're out of it by 9:30. Only 15 minutes. That's all it takes.
Tell us what happened this morning.
Well, it was I was coming southbound on I-75 doing the speed limit. All of a sudden, when I got past Springwell there, a whiteout hit real hard. I could see people running into one another, crashing into one another. I stopped as soon as I could. I could hear the smashing and banging going on behind me. And I got out to see if I could aid and help any of the injured, because I knew there would be with this amount of damage today. So it was quite a mess.
Seeing this is just beyond understanding. I'm very thankful. This is absolutely horrible for all the families out there. I managed to get up to the barricade and found my husband's car, and I pointed to it and I said, can you just please have him wave out the window? And he actually came out of the vehicle and waved and said, I'm okay.
And again, that woman is now with her husband. Just, you know, fortunately, he was not injured, although unfortunately there were lots of injuries. Lots of people had to be taken to the hospital. And we will continue to stay out here all day and bring you more information on this in later editions of 7 Action News.